Alright guys, welcome to today's video. Today's video is going to be on the DBXL-E that I crashed. All the parts are in. Got control arms came in. Everything I was missing is now here. So I've got a pile of parts that I need to put and fix the front of my DBXL-E. We have torn it down. And by the way, getting those nuts off these wheels, had to use an impact. They're very, very, very tight. Went ahead and got my axle separated already. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is pulling this bent part back here out, getting this broken part out of here, which I think requires taking the diff off. So I'm going to start working on that. I am going to put a GoPro on my head and film some of this. It's not going to be a step-by-step, just because that would be a very, very long video. And I've got a light so that we could see what's going on, because it is kind of dark. But as you guys can see, that is bent into my steering. So with that being said, I am going to start ripping this diff out and getting that back piece replaced, because that seems to be the majority of the work here. And I believe this is going to probably take me a couple hours to get this RC put back together. But we have the parts, we have the knowledge, we have the tools, and we're gonna get ripping now. So we'll see you guys in a bit. All right guys, I got the diff slid off. I left the whole assembly on. There's the old part. Getting the new part bolted up. So now I'm gonna slide the diff back onto place. I pulled the whole thing off, as you see, 2 bolts on top, 2 bolts on bottom, and then lifted the pins. There's 4 pins on the bottom of the diff that line up in there. So I just lifted it up a little by bending this up a little, sliding the whole diff out. So now I'm going to slide the diff back in. As you see, the dog bone's still in there. So I'm going to go ahead and get that diff put back on, and we'll continue on. But that's the way it looks right now. Be right back. All right. Well, that side's all back together. We're still working on this side. Went ahead and got the new pieces in there. So now my steering, I hope, clears. Yep. So steering's good now. You can see how tight that tolerance is right there. Got the new lower control arm on. Look at these nice hot racing pieces. These are pretty thick carbon fiber pieces. Hopefully that's not a weak point, because it's kind of looking like a weak point. I didn't realize that this was carbon fiber for the arms, but they are marked right and left. Got to be careful in the package. Gives you 4 small washers and 8 bearings, along with the side I need. So I'm going to get ready to start taking this part and transferring everything over to here. So as you see, I don't know if you can see inside there, but the bearings got ripped out, so it kind of tore up the inside of that and is cracked right there. Cracked all the way down, you see? So there's the crack because the bearings got ripped out. So there's a washer behind this. and then this bearing. Then we have the outer bearing, which goes here. So, and as you can tell, these are shielded bearings. They are not sealed. So with that said, I actually lube up the bearings after every couple runs. Let me see if I can find my, here it is. So what I do is I have this oil with this needle, and you go ahead and you lube up the bearings. It's got these small holes to get grease or oil behind the bearing. And then you should do it. I'm going to take that out and lay it flat. Hopefully the washer, yeah, the washer will stay in there. But you can do this in the while the bearings are in the RC, after you finish cleaning it on the shielded bearings on the wheels. And that's normally what I do. See, that's going to be my inner. And that's it. So I'm going to lube up the inners. And yeah, that's much smoother now. Sorry, much smoother. Let me get a light on this. Yeah, nice and quiet now, nice and smooth. So I'm gonna get this piece swapped out, and then yeah, let's get the hub on now. Be right back. All right, I think I got this hot racing hub installed wrong. As you see, I play up and down. I got one bearing, one washer on top, one bearing, one washer on bottom. I did take the sleeves out of this one and install them into there. But I have 2 extra bearings. I have a feeling I'm supposed to install 2 bearings. 2 on top, 2 on bottom. So I'm gonna pull it back apart and try doing that. And I think maybe these little washers go in between the 2 bearings so that they don't rub against each other. I'm not sure, there's no instructions. I can't find anything on it. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this back apart and let you guys know in a bit. All right, I'm gonna get this hub taken off because of this play. Really wish there was instructions on putting this hub assembly on. I think it requires a couple more bearings. I'm just not sure at this point. So I'm gonna pop it back apart and take a look. Let's see. Quiet. So I got the washer in there. So add another bearing here. I guess the other one has play up and down too, the factory one. So that's got to be the way it is. Don't really like play. Funny, all these lengths except for two. So it's got to be these longer ones. Those are for the other side hub. And this hub broke apart. I think that's it. Everything else seems to be okay. that's it. I'm going to get the other hub switched out, but the repairs are done. And the DBXL-E, the original, is all back up and running. So I'm going to get this other aluminum hub put on the other side, and then at least I'll have a spare plastic one, I guess, along with a bunch of other spare links and control arms and other stuff. I did get a set of tires in for the Nova, because the rear tires on the Nova are really too soft. But that's it, guys. We got the DBXL all back together. And make sure that those laying back up. Yep, that's it. Thanks for watching. We got her all back up and running, and back on the ground. Let me know what you guys think. And thanks for watching me install the DBXL-E right assembly back together. So parts damage is basically control arm, steering link, hub, the two control arm mounts, the inner link, and then that's it. That's all the broken pieces from hitting that pole. So thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next video.